Hey, how are you doing, my friend? How are you doing? You doing okay? Good. That's good. Today, Pitmaster T, that's myself. Sometimes I refer to myself in the eighth person. But anyway, we're going to combine some ingredients. We're going to combine some onion flakes, you understand? We're going to combine some garlic flakes. Understand? But we're going to grind those down. We're going to combine it with my Dirty Dalmatian rub and some peppercorns and some coffee for this umami style beef ribs. Well, actually, they're not beef ribs. For this umami style pork ribs that we're going to do. You understand? We're going to do. It's Super Bowl Sunday. Apparently, there's some type of freaking game. But that's what I'm going to do. There's one other thing, too. Just a second. Oh, yeah. Watch this. We're going to be introducing you also to something called this right here. Right here, a little bit. It's going to be part of the spritz that I do this thing here with, okay? So, the next time you see me, we're going to have some ribs, you know, over here laid out. Understand? You understand? You understand? You understand that? Okay, good. Okay, we got to grind some spices, but we got a little problem. The problem is that certain things need to be ground and certain things do not need to be ground. So I'm basically, as I work with this stuff, I'm going to be putting in here. The coffee can go straight in. Okay. The garlic, right here, the garlic, if you get it that size, it can also go straight in. So we don't need to worry about that. The what do you call this stuff? The if you take a look in there, this is my Dirty Dalmatian. You can see little bits of lemon, pepper, and red pepper, and salt and pepper, kosher salt and pepper. It can go in. Okay. So that leaves these two ingredients that are a little questionable. The easiest, just the lightest grind is going to be these onion flakes. You can see in this particular case, I want to get them down to like the garlic flakes. So I'm going to put them in here. And I'm probably not going to hit them that long. I don't want to turn it too much into powder. So I'm going to put that in there. Okay. And now the final thing is the pepper. The pepper I want to get also a good, I don't want to bring it down too much. I mean, I want them almost half or quarter size. Meaning that I wish I could take each one and maybe just quarter each little individual peppercorn. Yeah, that's about what I want right there. Okay? So, let's mix this together. Ooh, boy. My clown is clean. So this right here is about what we want to get. And there are even some peppercorns still in there. Okay? Very, 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 what do you call it? Coarse rub that we're going to put on these ribs. Okay? Alright, I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of seasoning salt. Remember, I still use my level rub. I don't season it as much as I do my brisket. But I do season my ribs. Some of you may be right off the bat saying, well, hold it, you're supposed to take the skin off. You can if you want to. If you're doing competitions, you probably better. I mean, seriously. But I'm not going to do it. I'm cooking my stuff on a UDS, so my heat source is going to be down. I don't put much here. My heat source is going to be down, so I'm going to be putting these bone side down, fat side up, bone side down, in order to cook that that little membrane. Now I put a very mild hot sauce on. This is also something that some other famous people in Texas do, if you know what I mean. Not much, and this is a mild hot sauce again. Very mild. I'll just tell you, I'm using Valencia. Don't worry about it being too hot. It won't be by the time, you know, it cooks all that time. I could hang these, but I'm actually going to set them down. And the reason why is because the amount of rub that I'm putting on this, well, there's just so much of it that if I hang it, it'll probably fall off. Alright, make sure you wear rubber gloves during that part. So I'm going to take some of this spice, I'm going to put it on there. It's not terribly important to cake it on here, because this is the side that's going to be down. But we will put some of it on there. Other little tips include pat down with one hand, sprinkle with another. Okay, I'm going to flip them over. Notice I'm putting in a lot heavier here. Because most of this isn't salt, it's those big spices. Now the places that I'm patterning this recipe from are places that they'll probably stop here, and then once they get the ribs on the smoker, you know, because probably they'll be stacked, they will top it with this stuff again. Okay? Leave some for that process. Okay? Alright, I'm going to go ahead and get my fire started for cooking these ribs today. I have a diffuser in here. Here's that extra stuff we're going to put on. Okay, I do have a diffuser in there. We're going to let this smoke about 2 hours, and we're going to start spritzing. Okay, so we got a little spray jar here, and We're going to want to eventually mark this food so nobody uses it, of course. But it's a new one. 1/3 balsamic vinegar in there. Simple one there. Okay. And the rest, whoops, is going to be Worcestershire. With the final application of my fish sauce here. There we go. So, as you can see, we got it right about here. We're going to need to raise it to right about here, double that of water. There. Pick it up, loosen it up, and of course test to make sure you get the consistency to be able to spread. Yep, sure do. Now we're ready. Listen in there. I'm going to slow these down a little bit. Got quite a little bite to it.
All the symbols point to the jungle. Odysseus are digging in the desert. Whenever you were like idiots. I know. Come on, Sarah. Go to the jungle. I mean,
Well done, Jeff. You did it, buddy.
Ew. Look at that! Flies up here! Hey, it spills over here. You guys, what is one of you again?
A little white here. Not as rendered as I want it.
Yeah, the golden statue mustn't fall into the hands of Odysseus. Well, if I couldn't get a reward for working terrible decisions.
Hello.
Okay, you get out of here.
That's right.
Hey, Chipper! Alright, can you turn the excavator? I'm killing you. You gotta kill me.
Forget him. I'm an expert.
You gotta kill me. Come on. Let's go.
Oh,
Needs to be cooked slower.